Hey, how are you? In this video, I'm answering questions about the insurance license exam. I'm also going to throw in some of my best tips to help you pass the test on the first try. Not like me, it took me 3 tries to pass. And so hopefully these tips and these questions really help you set up to pass and get your license faster and really get rolling so you can start selling some insurance. So let's dive into it. Question number 1, which insurance exam is the hardest? Commonly, most people say P&C, property and casualty license, is the hardest license to get. There's also the life and health license. The reason why the P&C license is harder to get is because there's so much more information. It deals with personal lines when it comes to auto, home, umbrellas, all those different types of liabilities, commercial insurance when it comes to general liabilities, workers' comp, professional liabilities, inland marine, commercial properties, fire, theft, deductibles, all those different things that come into play when it comes to personal and commercial property and casualty insurance. Unlike life and health insurance, where there's just pretty much 2 products, life insurance and health insurance. So it's a little easier, less information to study. They're both hard, but the property and casualty P&C is harder because there's just so much more information in there. So the next question is the insurance exam hard? Yes, it is very difficult. Don't think it's a cakewalk, and just because you got a degree in college and you passed a bunch of your college courses, you're going to walk in there and just ace the test. Usually it's a 60% pass rate, but still, it's a really tricky test. They give you double negatives. They throw all these different curveballs at you, scenarios and vocabulary that you probably don't know. And even till this day, some of the stuff I don't know on there, like as a licensed agent, I've been an agent for years now, and I still don't know some of those answers. So it is a tricky test. It is not easy. Make sure to give yourself a minimum of 2 weeks to prepare properly and really, really study, know the foundational knowledge, know the vocabulary, take practice exams, and go in there and crush it. The next question is, how long is the insurance exam? The insurance exam, it varies. Each state is a little bit different. In California, it's about 3 hours long and 150 questions. So you get 3 hours. I always recommend to try to use as much of your time as possible and take your time. Don't rush through it. I made that mistake one time when I was taken out of my 3 times that it took me to pass my test. I rushed through it. I didn't go back and check my flagged answers. You can actually flag your answers that you're not sure about. I didn't want to go back because I was tired. I rushed through it and I failed by 1 question. I almost went completely crazy and I had to retake it a week later. So don't make the same mistake. Just take your time, go back, review your flagged questions. Sometimes you even find the answer to your questions, the ones you're not sure about, later in the exam. So take your time, use it up, and don't feel weird if everyone else leaves. Don't be like them. Be patient. Take your time. Pass the exam the first try. Not like me. How much does an insurance agent make? It really depends on where you're located because every state's insurance premiums are different. The range can also vary dramatically based on the amount of sales that you make because most of insurance agents are based on commission. They'll be paid usually a hourly or hourly pay plus commission. If you're an agency owner, obviously you're making only commission, so what you sell is what you eat. And like I said, it really depends on where you're at. In California, where I'm located, the average insurance premium for a home or auto policy is much higher than it is in, let's just say, Arkansas, because there's more activity, there's more fire zones, the homes are usually more expensive, so it tends to be more expensive, which means your commissions will be higher, and also cost of living. Those are all factors you need to keep in there, but just an accurate range, somewhat accurate range to expect. Insurance agents can make as low as $30,000 a year up to over $100,000 or even more. If you're over $100,000, you're doing a great job selling a lot of insurance and making a lot of commissions. Just to give you kind of an example, average home insurance or auto insurance is like $2,000. If you're selling, 2 policies a day, that's $4,000 in premium per day times 5 days a week. You're making $20,000 in premium per week, and then times 4 weeks, you're doing $80,000 in premium a month. and let's just say you make 10% commission, 80,000, 10% is $8,000 in commission a month times 12. You're making $96,000 in commissions a year, plus your salary, plus your hourly pay. Boom, you're over $100,000. That's not that easy. It sounds a lot easier than it really is, but you can make a lot of money in insurance. Just know that. What kind of license do you need for your life insurance license? The life insurance license, just like the PNC, has a 52-hour course, pre-license course, before you take the life insurance license, which is also usually tied to the life and health license. Every state has different licensing for insurance. In California, it's a life and health test, which, like I said, is tied life and health. Those products are pretty straightforward. There's only a few different types of life insurance policies and health insurance policies. Still, make sure to study, give yourself sufficient time, and really get in there and crush it. So lastly, I'm just going to give you my best tips when it comes to passing the exam. First and foremost, like I said, 2 weeks prior, study hard, get yourself a good course, read through, understand the foundational knowledge of how insurance works and how the products works. Also, it's a big vocab test. There's a lot of vocabulary, insurance vocabulary that you probably don't know, and I literally still sometimes don't know all of it, even as an agent for years. So get yourself flashcards, use those to your advantage. Those are a great way to learn, flipping them, seeing the answer, repetition, practicing lots of times. Practice exams, get in there and do as many practice exams as possible. And lastly, a couple other things. When you get in there and you see the first 5 questions, don't freak out, because a lot of times you might not know the first 5. Go through the whole exam, use the process of elimination. It's a strategic test. So if you know for sure it's not A, now you've got yourself a better odds. So it's C, B, or D. Now you can at least give yourself a shot there, but eliminate the ones you know for sure, flag the answers you're not sure about, and always come back to them. Like I said, sometimes the answers are later in the exam, but attack each question like a little battle and do your best to eliminate as best as you possibly can. One thing I love to do before I take these exams is have my cheat sheet or my flashcards in my car 30 minutes before to warm up the juices, get the juices flowing, and really get in there and crush it, because you don't want to go into it cold. Warm yourself up a bit mentally, start seeing the vocab again, and go in there and just crush it. So also, don't go way too hard that morning or that day of. Give yourself some time, eat well, bring a sweater in case. You can always take the sweater off. You don't want to be like freezing. Sometimes these test centers are really cold. You have to lock up your phone, so be ready that it's kind of a weird little location sometimes where they have them. And just be ready to be in a bit of an uncomfortable classroom where people are around. Everyone's got these headphones on taking the tests, and people are going to get up, try to leave. Be patient, go all the way through it, take up your time, and that's all I got. Hopefully that does help you with your PNC license. If it does, please subscribe. Please give me a thumbs up so we can reach more insurance agents and help more agents out there. And you can always find me on Instagram, Chris the Insurance Guy. Very easy to find me. And also, if you want to talk to me directly with the one-on-one consulting, chriscostantini.com. That's my site. So hopefully that helps you. If you're looking for a job, we're always hiring good agents, so hit me up. That's all I got. We'll see you at the top. Peace.